Ambassador, you are the first career diplomat to fill this role in several years. Tell me a bit about your background and what you bring to this position.
Well, thank you very much, first and foremost, for this opportunity to speak with you and with your audience. I arrived here roughly 2 weeks ago, and it's been really a tremendous opportunity for me to represent the United States in a country that is such a close partner to the U.S., has been for the past 5 decades. What I bring to this role is 27 years of experience representing the United States in a variety of countries. And most recently, I served in our embassy in Saudi Arabia. But I have split my time between Europe and this region, and I've really had great preparation, I think, for this particular position, which of course is a great honor for me. That President Biden nominated me, and we have a terrific team here in Embassy Abu Dhabi and in our consulate in Dubai. And it's a team that has been carrying forward this relationship, as I said, over 5 decades of close partnership. And today's event that you and I are attending is just one example of how closely our countries work, how closely our companies work in delivering prosperity for both our countries, for our people, for our workers. And of course, our relationship now extends to every sector, every domain. And as I said, it's a very exciting time to be here now.
So, Ambassador, do you believe that America is still the most important foreign policy actor in the region? What's your view?
Absolutely. I have no doubt about it. I mean, our leadership is really unquestioned and apparent in every, I would say, region of the world, and this is no different. We are, as I mentioned, working very closely together with the UAE and with our other partners here in the region on our core national security priorities, as well as our national economic priorities. When it comes to security, President Biden has put forward a very positive, strong vision for our cooperation with the region. It's based on diplomacy, it's based on deterrence, de-escalation, and at the end of all this, of course, is prosperity. We want to work closely with this region to make sure that countries here, as well as the United States, continue to advance our economic goals, our economic objectives, and continue to prosper. And we've been doing that successfully here in the UAE for over 50 years, and we look forward to doing so for many years to come. I would say what is perhaps unique about our partnership with the UAE is how future-oriented and forward-looking that partnership is. And I think, again, that gets back to the leadership of the United States, whether it's in the economic domains in which we work, or as is increasingly the focus here as we head towards COP28, climate change, the climate crisis, and how we can partner together with our most innovative companies, with our public-private partnerships, with some really interesting ways of collaboration that we are launching and will be announcing during COP and some beforehand to really advance our climate agenda, ensure that everybody is contributing to this effort. It has to be a global effort, and that gets, again, to our global leadership on this question and many others.
And Ambassador, of course, we're speaking today at an energy conference right here in the Middle East. Of course, this comes ahead of COP28, which is going to be a really significant national and international event for the UAE. How would you characterize the Biden administration's relationship with the oil and gas industry today?
So I think that there's a recognition, and the President's special envoy on climate, Secretary John Kerry, was just here. There's a recognition that the solution to the climate crisis cannot just come from the governments. It has to really include everyone, To include the companies that are represented here, we have some 160 companies, U.S. companies that are present at ADIPEC. And what I have seen as I visited with many of them during the day is a tremendous focus on where we're headed when it comes to climate solutions and what the private sector can bring to the table. And as I said, there's some very exciting, innovative research development that is happening, and our companies have a lot to offer. And we are certainly encouraging them to be more ambitious. I think they're stepping up. We heard the same from Dr. Sultan Al-Jaber earlier today. Again, he's calling for ambition. We're encouraging ambition, and I think our companies are stepping up.
On oil production specifically, we know this has been an issue for the administration politically, domestically over the last 12, 24 months. Do you believe the administration wants more oil to be pumped or less? Because on the one hand, President Biden has called on OPEC producers in our part of the world to pump more oil, but at the same time has been curtailing domestic production through some of his policies. So how do those two things align, and what does it mean at the end of the day for the American consumer at home?
I think President Biden and his administration have been very consistent on this point. They have consistently maintained that the energy markets have to be sufficiently supplied to continue to advance our economic growth. And that gets to really, I mean, again, the prosperity agenda that the Biden administration has put forward. It is a point that we have made to all of the producing nations. We certainly believe that domestically the consumers have to see energy prices that are reasonable, that will allow them to both go about their daily lives, and we need, for that, we need, as I said, well-supplied energy markets so that the economic recovery that we have seen around the globe continues.
And Ambassador, will the President attend COP28?
So I have nothing to announce on that front. Obviously, the Emirati leaders have invited participants from around the world. I can tell you that we will have a very, very strong participation delegation from the U.S. government, but beyond that, from our companies, many of whom are present here today. I know many are presenting a number of, again, as I said, innovative, creative ideas that they have been working on to show what they can put forward towards the climate solution.